Good evening, I am Adventure Argonaut. This is Staffer Case. And there's gonna be revelations here tonight, I hope. Because, well, yesterday we sort of left in a cliffhanger about, well, there's, revelations about every character, like, nobody is exactly as they seemed on surface, and everybody has some sort of dark secret, but I think it's going to be revealed that it's not that dark, like, whatever sus they might have done, there's like, they did it for a good reason or stuff, and now, Sergeant Redfin, she's supposed to be telling us something, that she was lying about something, and well, let's just see, let's get to the game. So I'm curious about one thing. Why'd you order me to investigate this case? So yeah, she might have killed the chief, but yeah, maybe she did, maybe she had a good reason. Like maybe she's actually trying to help staffers secretly or something, maybe sort of in the to honor the legacy of John Medan, the old partner who died. If I hadn't ordered you to do it, would you have sat there quietly and done nothing? Of course not. I knew it was going to be like this, so I made it look like I was actively taking part in the investigation. Because of that, you were able to fool the memory survey to hide the truth. Just as you've been doing this whole time. Sergeant, you've been able to touch people. Because of that, you've been able to see images captured by the victims by touching their bodies. That changes everything. Not just with the case, but with previous cases. And the meaning of everything we've gone through. Right, tell me what you're thinking. The case at Trump Tower. I forgot this Trump Tower. Trump Tower from the first day I arrived. The one where the clown Geller killed the ringleader. There was one clue I didn't understand. Ah, the blood. Yeah, it didn't. Oh, yeah, no. No, yeah, he didn't hit his head on the ceiling, like, at least according to our theory. It was she dropped the thing on the victim's head. The blood and the ceiling, that was the only clue not left by Geller's crime. Maybe it was a trap, a lure she constructed to interfere with our investigation. The victim had his propulsion skill, thus if the victim had actually used his skill to kill himself, it would have left that mark on the ceiling. And if the crime had been ruled a suicide, all the members of Trump Tower would have been cleared of their charges. That was what Geller wanted, so she prepared her trap. But her trap was missing one thing. The victim's bureau file. We didn't have it, so we couldn't have known his skill. It would have been impossible to rule it a suicide. You didn't have the file? But it just happened that you went to the gambling hall and got your hands on the bureau file. Ah, okay. I don't remember this detail about the file. What gambling hall? I'm sure you knew that the clue you were holding had nothing to do with the facts of the crime. After all, you knew Geller did it with a single touch. You knew, but you didn't tell us a thing. You left the scene of the crime to get the bureau file, and then when the investigation hit rough waters, you reminded me that the victim was a staffer. In the end, you were leading me to the conclusion that the victim committed suicide. It's not that I wanted you to ignore Geller's sins, it's just I wanted it to be the police, not us, who brought her in. I didn't think her evil enough to be forced to take part in the project. I saw everything the victim did to Geller. His blows were only a small part of the abuse. Yet when Geller killed the victim, she was crying. What? Okay, that was like weird. She said something. And I noticed okay, internet connection was bad for a few seconds. Now it seems in the green. Next we went to Woods, the facility that handled creatures. The culprit was Kendrick Hawes. He used the other suspects like chess pieces to kill his own boss. But Woods held one more secret, one unrelated to the truth of the case. The inhumane creature research being carried out in the underground lab. It was Beck, the vice president, who was in charge of them. You accidentally came into contact with Beck. That was when you found out about the facility. Yeah, because he touched her. Yeah. Those atrocities came as so much of a shock to you that you hit Mr. Beck 2 times. Sergeant, you were afraid of what might happen if those secrets were to be revealed to the outside world. So when Detective Tena suggested we continue investigating, you tried to cut her off and end the investigation. In the end, you saw what effects leaking the information had. That was information that shouldn't have gotten out like that. You figured we could always arrest Horse later on. Next was the incident, an accident really at the Miller's residence. It was a tragedy caused by the victim's own foolish behavior and a lack of communication between husband and wife. I'm not sure when it was that you touched Mrs. Miller, but you had plenty of time to do so. Brian and I arrived at the scene late, and Detective Tena was investigating the second crime scene. You knew the pain the truth of the case would bring to Mrs. Miller, so you tried to hand the case off to materials. And then during that investigation, Zad Waring ran off due to my mistake. The only thing you were doing there was trying to get me to give you an answer. But Brian and I continued our investigation. When we finally uncovered the truth, you tried to convince Brian and I to conceal the truth from Mrs. Miller. I still think not telling her was the right answer. However, Brian knew the truth as well, and he made his choice. I merely decided to respect his decision. It's dangerous to think I'm the only one with the right answers. And then there was the case yesterday, the murder with the Oppenheimers in the underground. With that one, it was hard to find the truth, even with your ability to read memories from corpses. It was also quite difficult for you to naturally graze against the suspects. But yesterday you made your clearest move. When I was revealing the truth about Doug, you tried to deceive us by saying there was a memory on the memo left at the crime scene when the memory didn't exist, all in an effort to cover up the truth. Did I really want to save Doug? I'm still not sure, but considering how much you know about the Noahs, I had to do everything in my power to stop you. Yes, that was the best for me. There's something wrong with his neck, like it's too dark, like he has some, his sunburn or something. That's it. That's your secret. You find out the truth before everyone else, and if that truth turns out to be dangerous, you change it, you alter it, until it's the ideal truth for you. For 2 years, Sergeant, ever since that fateful day, you've been carrying on just like this, haven't you? It's just like the 2 years ago when Detective Tena hid the truth about the suicide for your sake. That's right, just like Brian also knew the truth and said nothing. Just like the people most precious to me did for me. However, I knew everything. That day of all days, it was impossible for me to see nothing. I saw it all. I saw him tie that noose around his own neck, and I saw how he swung back and forth like a pendulum. But because of this red light on my arm that won't ever come off, I couldn't continue on as if I knew nothing. But that was when I realized there was something I could do. After all that pain I lived through, I was gonna keep it away from others. Note, it was good to hear all of your stories. When I heard the stories of all the suffering your wounds brought you, I felt like I wasn't alone in this world. Finally, we come to stand face to face. I'm starting to get scared. Is the person behind the door really the person I knew her to be? Oh, why are her eyes so creepy red? Are they always red? What's wrong? Note, it's red fins. You can start things off. Sergeant, aren't we detectives? Yes, we're detectives. But our job isn't about changing the world. The world doesn't change just because one person in this immense city feels despair. And even if we cling on to what hope we have to keep living, the world stays the same as it's always been. Note, I'm not trying to do something as grandiose as change the world. I'm not trying to help people I can, those within my circle of influence. But that's not our job. You're right, but it's something only we can do. As the people who first find the truth and tell of it, we can help people. Even if the people don't want our help. The moment they want help is the same moment they find out the truth. Then we can't help them. We can't do anything to hold back the pain. We find out the truth, judge it and move on. That's the best we can do. Sergeant, that doesn't help. But murdering the chief, was that to help people too? It was. Once you learn the truth, you'll understand. So is she admitting she killed him? Is there a single person in this world who deserves death? That's an interesting topic, but nothing we should be fretting about now. There's not a single person in this world who can truly hide a murder. That's the only important topic for the likes of us. But for now, just trust me and wait a second. When the time is right, I promise I'll tell you. Trust, affection, emotion, those turn logic itself illogical. The thought of losing one relationship is enough to send you down a path of no return. This is just a theory of mine. You can't mix people and reason. After all, filter all those out. After all that, only logic should remain. Trust me, Note. You don't always have to focus on the truth. We're detectives after all. The only thing we believe is in verified truth. Thus the only thing I can truly say for certain is that the victim lived an additional 4 days. You will have to live with that truth too. Could you stop talking, please? Shut up. Sergeant, I just have one more question to ask. Have we ever truly met? We met last night, right here. That was me. That time alone, that was me. I can't believe you. We are detectives. Aren't detectives supposed to find out the truth? Indeed, and you found out the truth. Now to find the truth that lies beyond what you see. That's all I did. And in the end, John died. Note, you've dug up more in your 2 months here than anyone else in the city ever has. But all that truth you found, what did it bring? Note, you already know the answer. The truth is not necessarily noble or beneficial to anyone. The truth isn't always right. Some truths can hurt people. I idolized John because he was actually a weak person like me. Thus his death. That's right, for us especially, many of the truths we seek are dangerous. That's why after we find them out, we have a choice to make. A choice? I'm not saying you shouldn't uncover the truth, I'm talking about the choice that exists on the other side of that truth. I want to become a person who handles the truths that are revealed in the correct way. In that way, the pain I felt. The pain we felt doesn't have to be felt by anyone, or everyone. If the sergeant I know is who I think she is, she's more kind and caring than anyone I know. She's always looking out for those around her. And she's clever. I'm sure it isn't just trauma that has caused her to act like this. She probably thought about this again and again before reaching her current conclusion. In fact, the advice she threw out to those involved in those cases, even though it was based in lies, definitely would have saved those people. Compared to that, all I did was... Note, you can choose different paths. You may think these painful truths to be necessary in this world. If you choose that path, then clearly it's gonna make things better. Because you're better than everyone, you may be able to change something I gave up on. However, I want you to walk together with me. Fire, walk with me. You're the one who knows my pain. I want you to know, I want you to stay by my side. Note, take my hand. It's not creepy at all. Okay, let's see what happens if we take her hand. If I take her hand, I'll be walking down the same path she's on. From that moment, my life will change. Or will it? It feels like the world around me is speaking to me. It's telling me that time to choose is here. It's telling me this choice will determine the path my life will follow in the future. However, if an instant choice really determines all that, then does that mean everything I've done up to this point means nothing? I've changed since coming to this city, I'm certain that much. I lost my ideals and I found a goal. I lost justice and I found people. I lost trust and I found devotion. I lost faith and I found hope. Every moment brought about change in me. Sergeant, if I take your hand, will that change me? If we don't let go, will we not change? Maybe? Maybe, but I think not. Note. Sergeant, I took your hand yesterday, but that wasn't some huge choice. It was just because I wanted to know more about you. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was the same at Trump Tower and same at Woods, at the Miller residence yesterday when we visited the underground. I never made a single choice. I just found the truths that were hiding in each place. Each and every time, I simply found the truth lying beyond everything. I'm sorry, asking me to join you as you reach your hand through the fog. Even now, I only see you in that fog. But past the fog, I think there exists something I sincerely wish for. Note, we already seen through the fog. We know that the only thing at the end of it is regret. Yeah, you're right. So now, I want to see past those regrets. Why? Why try to go that far? Just take my hand and live for people. Together. No, that's enough. But there's a contradiction. Even though I know it'll only cause more suffering, even though I know I'll regret it, still, I want to know more about you. If there's something unclear, I want to find the answer. Because I'm a detective, goddammit. Sergeant, are you any different? Why must you keep trying to move forward? Out of all the truths I've uncovered thus far, I can't point to a single good one. That's how it is now. But people change as they move forward. Oh, I knew nothing about this place and the people here. Yet I became a person who could stand at your side. I became a person that detectives Sina and Brian could rely on. I don't think the cases we solved are at the end of this story. I'm sure there will exist something beyond that. And I want to keep moving forward to find out what it is. Also, even if I lose you now, I'll be able to find you one day. Then you knew. It's because before, when we were talking about on the sporks, I knew you were hiding behind the fog, so I couldn't see your face. You used a dried flower, didn't you? I'm sorry. I wanted to meet you up here myself. But I already knew how things would turn out. After all, you never let me win. Sorry. No. I'm the only person who should be apologizing. I'm sorry I showed you nothing but lies to the very end. But I didn't want to get caught. So wait, this is just a clone? The fog turned out to be too thin and I burned through the cigarettes I had. Seriously, it was a dumb precaution to take. When it comes to hiding feelings, no one's got more confidence than me. Oh, now we see her. Honestly, it's not even funny. Sergeant? We're not right for each other in the slightest. I know you wanted to hide your face, but what I'm seeing now is what I've been wandering around in search of. And that's why I wanted to hide it even more. I knew you'd come looking for me. If you say you'll come looking, I figure I'll want to let you find me. But I don't want to have to rely on anyone else again. If I try to rely on you, you might leave me too. So you had to run away from me. Because I'll always be one step quicker. I'll catch up with you, Sergeant. The day will come when I catch you, and I hope you'll be there waiting. Right, you do that. It's always that way. You choose the paths I don't want to follow down. Always, always. Okay. Note, open the sewer drain under your foot. This is... it's the music box. Of course, you had it the whole time. Inside, I placed the truth I needed to hide the most. Whenever you're ready, you can open it. But doesn't it only last 5 days? What do you think? It's recording now. Sounds handy. I can think of a number of uses depending on the situation. Yeah, you're right. It took me a long time to figure out how it works though. Indeed, certainly sounds like it would. Your reaction feels a bit lackluster. Indeed, it is apologies. Well, that's understandable. Sergeant Redfins, you've been a great help through the years. One day the lot of you did stop listening to me though. Ha ha ha, it's actually turned to be quite helpful for me to get my message across. Indeed. I'm sure life will get easier for you when you don't have me lurking around. There'll be no one like me ordering you about. But you won't be able to do whatever you please like before. You never know. Ah ha ha, I'll miss that cheeky attitude of yours too. However, I do have one final request. Ask away. It's about Detective Case. You won't need him anymore. We succeeded as planned in getting him noticed by the cabinet secretary. Now it's time for them to trim their losses. Notaric has become an integral part of our division. It's not a question of how useful he is to you lot. It's that I've got more use for Detective Case. Thanks to him, I got my promotion. Case is now only a threat. That lad's so curious. He would give John Medan a run for his money. If I left him where he was, he'd probably catch me by one or two of my tails. I'm finally able to breathe, so I can't let that ankle biter be sniffing me out now. Speaking of which, do you have a good strategy moving forward? A good strategy? What do you mean? I mean, are you gonna scare the lad off? That's one method. Or are you going to take a more heavy-handed approach? Tomorrow, it'll be goodbye to the ground level for me. Not in my nature to be leaving behind possible threats. Though some methods might be a bit too extreme. Do you have to? Notrick has already attracted the attention of Cabinet Secretary. Do you really have to go that far? If you lot can't think of a good way, I'll just do it how I was planning tomorrow. What do you think? If your results are good enough, I might be able to return the favor. I can think of one good way. As expected of Sergeant Redfins, the ace up my sleeve. If you tie all this up with a pretty ribbon, I'll get rid of the files I got stashed away. But I need to do a test run. Would it be okay if I borrowed a few pieces of the staff you have here? My staff? I just need two. Actually, I'll need this music box too. My test run will take an hour, and then I'll give them right back. Alright, I mean, what's an hour? They're nothing but a nuisance to have around without being used. Well then, I'll be back 8:30. Oh, and would you mind telling me your shoe size? I was thinking of getting you a farewell present. Oh, sensible to the very end. The ones I've got on here, let's see, are 9.5. It's time to go say goodbye. I'm actually quite sad to be going. Indeed, now it's truly farewell. Not trick. Sergeant, the reason you killed the chief? It was all because of me? Sergeant, why? Why would you hide this from me? If I had known, I could have... Bye, note. For now, I can go no further. So, if the day does come for you to catch me on that day, reach your hand out to me. We found you, note. Are you okay? But yeah, I said, like, she had a good reason for what she did. A very simple reason in the end. Sarge, where'd you go? Detective Brian, Detective Sena, you were listening in. We were? Then the Sarge you met here, from the very beginning, she was talking through the sporks. The one up here was a replica made by the dried flower. Then it was all a pack of lies. Yes, everything I saw, everything I heard. Everything I touched, it was all a fabrication. However, I think she left behind a little truth. You mean the conversation recorded on the musical box? The fact that what the Sarge did was to save you. Right. Though she wanted to hide it from me. The sergeant I trusted was contained in here. You think so? This at the very least, I won't let go of, no matter what happens. No matter what happens, never. Bro. Right, it certainly seems that way. Of course. Because you more than anyone, are a detective. So, get your things out of here. No, you can't really be disbanding our unit, can you? Wasn't the mood last night so nice at the end? Doesn't that call for a cancellation of this disbanding business? Such things aren't decided by mood. You found out the truth, but the culprit was the head of your division. Then your sergeant took flight and is now missing. If you think about it, things are worse now than ever before. You got me there. If we got an understanding, clear out quickly. From today, this office is to be the headquarters of the Bureau's football club. Football club? Why, football club? This is so disgraceful. It's like saying we're less productive than a football team. Don't discount our football club like that. We're really giving it our all out there. You're a member too? Rats! What are the Note and Brian up to at a time like this? Well, surprisingly, they might actually be doing something of importance. They're part of the hamster club, breakfast club. Is this the right way? It seems to be getting darker. Don't worry, this is just a corridor few people use. That explanation has me more worried. Now would you please tell me who we're gonna meet? Who is this person who called for me? I can tell you, but first and foremost, apologies are in order. Huh? Note, a certain topic of importance was brought up a number of times yesterday. Would you happen to remember that top-secret project? You're talking about Project Tetrapod? Of course, you must be part of that project, huh? A project like Tetrapod, I think, is also the name of the company that made the game, like the developer and publisher. Indeed, actually, you knew? It's just there's been a lot of weight on your words these days. So when I saw that folder yesterday, I had a thought. How did you simply have a thought in all that chaos? I mean, it's you, so I knew you'd figure it out on your own one day. 2 years ago, Medan, chief of operations back then, recommended me for the project. I guess keeping your word when someone asks for a favor helps with keeping secrets. The purpose of the Tetrapod project is to completely eliminate all mana. If the project were to succeed, it would eliminate the need for the Bureau and its control over phenomena. There are quite a number of employees with the Bureau who wouldn't find that idea pleasing. Thus the project is kept confidential even from those within the Bureau. Are you okay with this? According to the Sergeant yesterday, the project treats criminals in rather inhumane ways. Right, that's actually the reason why I participate in this project. With me directly involved with the project, I can participate in the experiments that may cross that line. I see, and why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Because we're gonna experiment on your ass. That's because you're not completely unrelated to the project. Herman, Cabinet Secretary. Are you the person who wanted to see me? That's right. I guess you weren't expecting me. What does he mean? I'm not completely unrelated. Caucasus Brian, explain. Pardon me, oh, alright. If he was gonna have Detective Brian explain why make his appearance now. Now, the purpose of Tetrapod project is to combine various skills forming one singular powerful skill. We want to create one new skill with the power to wipe mana from this world. Acquiring the supply of staffers and staff to use as materials for the project is hard enough, but putting together all those skills and mapping out how they fit together is the hardest task. All it would take is a single misstep to cause a huge incident. That's why the cabinet secretary needed a special person to be in charge of creating blueprints of what that skill may look like moving forward. Then the chief of investigations heard a noteworthy piece of news. In order to get noticed by the cabinet secretary, the chief of investigations had been scouting out the right person for the mapping role. That's when he happened to find someone. The staffer, but a superhuman in his own right due to his powers of logic and deduction. He's a skeptic of the skeptic community. He's so logical. That's you, not the case. I have conditions. Note, why are you not listening to my explanation? I heard you. You're saying you need my help with the project. Tell me. Pardon me? This condition's yours. Tell me. I'm really not following the two of you. I have 3 conditions. First is like Detective Brian said before, I want to be involved in handling the treatment of the staffers you use as project subjects. Alright, the only one with higher authority than you will be me. Next. Good, that was fast. I don't really want to work with the man, but we might be able to bounce some ideas off each other. The next is this. I was going to ask a favor from Chief Medan for this one, but I guess this is better. What is it? For what exactly? It's about the Bureau regulations regarding the staffer with the threat level Noah, Doug Touchstone. Doug's skill seems omnipotent at first glance, but his changes are limited to creation of objects and entities. Based on that particular characteristics, I think it's possible to lower his threat to a controllable level. If you handle him how I've written out, he should be able to safely use his skill until he has it under control. If you're able to bring Noah under control, he may be a huge help to the project, don't you think? So you're asking me not to kill him? No, when did you do all of this? You're getting sloppy. Controlling information he's exposed to and replanning his daily pattern, those are methods already implemented. Even with all of this, there's still 0.1% chance of Noah becoming a threat, so it's safer to eliminate him. However, I am quite interested in this part about using him in conjunction with another skill to suppress the skill's use. That could help us acquire a large amount of data for the project. I'll delay the elimination of the Noah by 10 days. You've got until then to write out a more detailed list of regulations for the subject. Okay. Quite splendid, as expected. Note, you're far from ordinary. Then it was worth staying up 2 whole days to write that out. You all can pat yourselves on the back later. Our conversation isn't finished. What's your last condition? I want you to suck my dick. About that. Do we have to do a puzzle stuff? No? No, the piano. Just let the piano stay. Why doesn't Office of Investigations have a piano in it anyway? I don't see the piano here in the background. Hurry up and get rid of it. If that thing's there, we'll have to know where to practice our dribbling. I don't know, this is so absurd. Why are you so serious about football? Note, what's going on with that head of yours? With my level of intelligence, I simply can't understand. In my opinion, I'm not quite sure either. Note! What are we gonna do? Disbanded our division. About that. Just now I had a talk with the cabinet secretary and advised him to cancel the dissolution of the Mana Affairs division. Really? You're not lying? However, he rejected the proposal since it was already decided upon. Then you were lying, huh? But in place, the cabinet secretary created a new division of investigations directly under his supervision. We will all be transferring to the new Mana Affairs division in the investigations department. Transferring? I mean, it's just a formality. Well, basically we're doing exactly what we're doing before. There's only one additional rule. We have to directly respond to the beck and call of the Tetrapod project. Tetrapod? I heard a bit about it from Brian yesterday, but are we really gonna be... so you're now an official member of the Tetrapod Project 2, Detective Thena. You may be called down to the underground from time to time. What? I guess can't be helped. We'll all be working together, though, right? That's right. All together. All of us, whatever that means now. Everything turned out as we expected, of course. This alternative is far more realistic than taking case alone. Indeed, things are how they are. We'll be looking forward to working with you, Chief. What? No, you can't be serious. Why are you so surprised? I assigned you the title of Chief of Investigations only yesterday. I thought all of that would go away because of everything that happened yesterday. As long as the case is the architect behind this project, we're gonna need people watching him. You've got to stay on your toes and act swiftly. Indeed, things happen fast around here. Stop complaining. Damn it all. Hey, I get to call you Chief again, or shall we use this as my chance to call you Bernie? I said I'll kill you if you call me that again. I'll be counting on you, Chief. And on a personal note, I prefer you over our last chief. I'm losing it. So, who's gonna be the new sergeant of the division? Of course, that should be... Are we gonna decide on that ourselves? I doubt it, but I don't know, let's save. Note. There's really no other choice. Huh? I mean, I've only got 2 months on the job now. Still, you're the only one who can think of... I can think of for the position. After all, you created this division. What of it? Don't think of it as too heavy a burden. We only got 3 of us. The 3 of us, right. She's gone now. The title sergeant, it still holds such a different feeling for me. I have no intent of carrying on what she was doing, however. I told her I'd keep moving forward. I'll do it. I'll take on the role of sergeant. Go get him, Note. Because it's you. I'm sure you'll do great, Note. Alright, I'm still inexperienced, but I'll lead the investigation team from now on. Huh? I guess I've already been leading investigations up to this point, though. I guess very little has actually changed then, huh? If that's settled, let's get straight to work. From the look of it, you had quite a lot of work piled up. That's because we were detained the whole day yesterday. It's to be expected. Oh, speaking of which, there was a case that I was supposed to solve by this morning. What? By this morning, you mean? 10 a.m.? We don't even have an hour left. Let's head out. To the parking lot, everyone. Hey, John. In the end, I'm here too. Why didn't you hold out just a little longer? If you are still alive, one thing's for certain. As things stand, I'd be like family too. So, tsundere or something. Reveal every truth I got achievement. Okay, beyond and... Okay, I think the ending is a bit anticlimactic. Like, I guess it's like sort of like a happy end, but in a world without true happy ends. After checking out the floor plan for the fourth floor of the London branch of the Bureau, one might notice a room that looks out of place. When one heads that direction, they might notice an iron gate that wasn't on the floor plan. A damp breeze slips in through the door frame. My luck is good today. The fog covers the view. When the fog clears, the horrid view furrows my brow into a disappointed frown. I can see that the clock tower of my dreams was never there. But when that nondescript landscape is covered from sight, a multitude of people could be down there. On those days, most of what came through the thick puffs of cigarette smoke were lies. But even if it was just a tiny sliver, the truth I wished for remained. Just as it does so clearly somewhere beyond the fog. Staffer case. There are still a couple of like side quests, side stories to play after this one, and okay, we even get. Wait, it's a Korean game. Okay, but they speak Japanese. Yeah, the voice actors are Japanese. But yeah, it's a bit early to say, my closing statements on this game. But I think it's pretty good, but because we still have a couple of cases to do. But I guess the ending is a bit disappointing. I was hoping for some sort of, epic boss battle, quote unquote, and some, like, I guess, finding that stuff out about the sergeant is, it's sort of like a plot twist and surprising and whatever, but still. Hey, Double Hurts, welcome. Did you just arrive? I just finished this case, the case number 5. So I guess I shouldn't say anything more so I don't spoil it for you. Okay, I don't wanna keep looking at this Korean. I can read Hangul. Mungu po pang sum yungo jero. I can read Hangul. I don't speak much Korean, like titties. But yeah, okay. We're done with the. Let's see if there's anything else still in the. But yeah, we have a couple of other cases to do. Okay, thanks for playing. Congratulations. Okay, I guess we can go to title then. So should I want to see, like, if I go back and take the other option here. Okay, let's skip this stuff. Yeah, skip all of this. Hey, it's the French flag. Okay, don't take her hand. Even in that situation, I hesitated to take her hand. Why though? Is it because the truth is right and lies are wrong? Is it because that's set in stone? That's clearly not the case, and the past 2 months I've spent here prove that. It feels like the world around me is speaking to me. It's telling me the time to choose is here. It's telling me this choice will determine the path my life will follow into the future. However, if an instant's choice really determines all that, then does that mean everything I've done up to this point means nothing? I've changed since coming to this city, I'm certain of that much. I lost my ideals and I found a goal. I lost justice and I found people. I lost truth, I found devotion. Well, this is the same as in the other option. I lost faith and I found hope. Every moment brought about change in me. Sergeant, if I take your hand, will that change me? If you don't let go, will we not change? Maybe, but I think not. Note, Sergeant, I took your hand yesterday, but that wasn't some huge choice. It was just because I wanted to know more about you. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was the same at Trump Tower and the same at Woods, at Miller Residence, and yesterday when we visited the underground. I never made a single choice. I just found out the truths were hiding in each place, each and every time. I simply found the truth lying beyond everything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for asking me to join you as you reach your hand through the fog. Even now, I only see you in that fog. But past the fog, I think there exists something I sincerely wish for. No, we already seen through the fog. We only know the only thing at the end is regrets. Yeah, you're right. So now, I want to see past those regrets. Why try to go that far? Just take my hand and live for people, together. Now, that's enough. But there's a contradiction. Even though I know it'll only cause more suffering, even though I know I'll regret it, still, I want to know more about you. If there's something unclear, I want to find the answer. Because I'm a detective. Sergeant, are you any different? Why must you keep trying to move forward? So it's the same stuff. The other option. Out of all the truths I've covered thus far, I can't point to a single good one. That's how it is now. But people change as they move forward. I knew nothing about this place and the people here. Yet I became a person who could stand at your side. I became a person. The detectives Senna and Brian could rely on. I don't think the cases we solved are the end of this story. I'm sure there will exist something beyond that, and I want to keep moving forward to find out what it is. Also, even if I lose you now, I'll be able to find you one day. Then you knew. It's because before we were talking on Sparks, I knew you were hiding behind the fog so I couldn't see your face. So you used a dried flower, didn't you? Sorry. I wanted to meet you up here myself. But I already knew how things would turn out after all. You never let me win. Yeah, it's the same stuff. I'm sorry I showed you nothing but lies at the very end, but I didn't want to get caught. The fog out turned a bit thin. I burned through all the cigarettes I had. Seriously, it was a dumb precaution to take. But when it comes to hiding feelings, no one's got more confidence than me. So is there any... Honestly, it's not even funny, Sergeant. We're not right for each other in the slightest. I know. So, it's just... It's the same stuff. So will she give us the music box thingy now? Yeah, I guess even that. Okay, it's the same stuff. Let's see if it's the same, like will we still join the project and stuff.
さすがレッドフィンズチーム長、それでこそエースだ。今回うまくやれば、例のあのファイルを抹消してやろう。
So is
そうか。絶対そうだろう。
あなたは誰よりも
you're a detective, yeah.
立派な捜査官だから。
I don't know. Did they say something else? Because I skipped it, but it's like, why have a choice if there's no difference?
さあ。
ちょっと昨日の最後は割といい雰囲気じゃなかった？解体くらいキャンセルしてくれてもいいじゃない。
So I guess now,
心配するな。もとも
I
と
guess, yeah, even this looks like it's the same thing.
会話についていけないな。
ダグのスキルは全能のように見え
Yeah,
ま
this
す
is
が、
same stuff.
物体を作ることに限定されています。
ピアノだけは勘弁してください。
It's just, I don't know, skip to the, let's see if we get a different achievement, because I got an achievement for the other ending. Is there any, like, beyond end? I think we got the achievement at this point, and yeah, now we did it even. So why have the question, like the choice to take her hand or not? I think everything is the same. It's possible there was like a couple of comments that were slightly altered, but I don't notice anything. Okay, and now we're gonna get the credit scroll, right? Yeah, okay, fine. Let's go start one of this next case then. New game. Yeah, alright. Side story. The side story contains some spoilers for case 3. Would you still like to view this episode? Yes, play the episode. We have played case 3. Freya Moose? Hey, you stop right there for me, please. But hey, I'm glad, quote unquote, glad to see that the stupid names are back. You're the Robin Hood sort of bloke I've been hearing about, huh? You're with the Phenomena Bureau. Thank you for taking the bait. We've been hanging out for you. Don't resist, just come quietly. Bollocks. I can't see a thing. Is this a skill or something? He's gonna get away. Thinner. I know. Ah, so is this the partner who died, or? Because yeah, I think she had a partner in the... was the probations who died. It was like, what was her bureau's name? This is quite a shabby hideout you got here. Have you perhaps stashed away all the money you've stolen here too? You shouldn't be able to see anything, yet how? That's quite a useful skill you have there, but I must apologize. If you were thinking of getting away from me, you'd have to kill all sounds too. What? What just happened? Let's start it again. It's like, did I skip, like press something that we skipped the story? Now I pressed return to title screen because I forgot that. It's like I'm really genuinely like baffled. Like, oh, I guess it's sort of cool, but they shouldn't call it a case. They should call it a really small snippet or something. Like yeah, show what Thina did. For as I flashback, this isn't so bad because flashbacks usually are boring and stuff. It's quite a shabby hideout you got there. Have you perhaps stashed away all the money you stole? Yeah. Hands in the air. Okay, let's see. Let's save here. Hold your horses. There's no need for this. Shut. Turn around. Place your hands on your head. Does my work? I'll have you know, I didn't miss on purpose. You don't want to die. If you don't want to die, I'd stay put. Yeah, okay. So it was some glitch. We didn't get this far last time, right? If not, I'll just start firing blindly. Or you could test your luck. I wouldn't be opposed. Haven't you ever once thought the city odd? The only thing making the city odd is criminals like you. Because of filth like you, even as completely innocent staffers are always being watched. And so death is cheap. Last chance, now. Oh damn. Had my concerns, but to think you'd hide in a place like this. Pardon? Don't touch anything. Let's just get out of here. This place is gonna... Damn, the exit. Did that single bullet really cause all of this? Where'd he go? The whole building is shaking. I can't detect a thing. You bastard, you want me to kill you where you stand? This time I'm really... Oh, my vision's returning. What? No, did he push me out of the way? This can't be. This can't be. You didn't. Ah. Tena. Alright. 4 years before Notric's arrival in London. Okay, so yeah. I don't know why we skipped to the beginning. This is longer than like a minute, this case. What was that? Since it seemed to, crash or whatever, there's a bug earlier. Maybe I should save more often in this case. Doesn't seem so stable. You're looking where you're going, right? If I'm gonna die today, I'd rather not be in a car accident, okay? Sorry. I never thought I'd get a sorry out of you. You're acting weird these days. I mean that. I know, I can also... bloody hell. You can't be serious. Is this really all about what happened in that collapsing building? It is. Of course it is. If you've been hurting, you should have told someone about it sooner. If it's bad enough, they could have given you 2 days off. I figured you'd say that, but you've got me all wrong. The thief pushed me out of the way and got crushed under all that rubble instead. Don't tell me you're not feeling guilty for his death, are you? If you are, you're sort of scaring me. It's not quite guilt, it feels like something more instinctual than that. Regardless, it's getting to me. I think that Thena, the human blender of probations and third division, would be bothered by such human concerns. What? Is that really what people call me? No, that's just what I call you in my own brain. I mean, if it bothers you that much, I got just a thing for you. Trust a good friend with this one. What are you planning? I'll set you up with a nice boy. That was dumb of me for thinking she was actually gonna comfort me after all of this. How about instead you open up the door and jump to your death? No, I'm really being serious. And I'm serious about you jumping to your death too. To be so cute and dumb, we can't have you single your whole life. You know how helpful it would be to know there's always that one person on your side. Don't you worry. I know about 30 guys crazy for blondes. Pick your flavor, I'll serve one up in a heartbeat. You got a pretty enough face that if you'll lay your hands on the cutie act even a bit, they'd be falling for you left and right. Sounds like a recipe for one crazy night. Let's just kill ourselves. I could ram into the telephone pole over there and do this. I like the way she thinks. Hold on a second, it never really feels like you're joking when you talk like that. Hold on, I'm sorry. Then, let's put off the dying for later. Head to my office, I need a word with you. Chief of Operations, I guess, is Medan. Okay, understood. I'll be waiting. Why is the chief calling you in? You do something you shouldn't have. No, I didn't do anything wrong. I think. Not this time. Side 1, New Beginnings. So I hope we actually get to do some, puzzle solving stuff today. Chief, you wanted to see me? Ah, you're back. Have a seat. I'd rather stand. Do you have a job for me? I want you to head to the Mana Affairs Division. Where's that? Do you know what the London branch investigations department is? There's a division there that looks into cases where phenomena come into play. No. So that means you're reassigning me? That's right. If he's moving me to investigations, did I do something wrong? You've done quite a lot wrong. But this is no order, it's a recommendation. If you'd like to remain in probation, that's your choice to make. However, that would mean that events you've been through may end up repeating themselves. No? Recently you've become more and more passive, ever since the bank heist, that is. Before I used to think the things I was doing were right, but now, if you transfer to the Mana Affairs Division, you will no longer have to resort to violence. Where's the fun in that? You're losing it. It might not be a bad idea to do some menial tasks for a time while you let off some steam. I hear you. I'll go. I'm off to the Mana Affairs Division then. Great. Then move your things. Right now? No, but we need to get things ready for your replacement. Make sure you're finished by next Tuesday. And my baby brother works in that division, so look after him, will you? I feel like I've been tricked into this. Have I? It's a bit like some sort of monkey or something in her face. Hey, trader. Call me what you will. I'm prepared to take whatever you got. Hey, Pipsqueak. Investigations was set up as an experimental department a few years back, and it's already going down the tubes. I heard they're about to dismantle another division over there. After that, the Mana Affairs division is going to be all that's left. Yes, I know. Then get a hold of yourself and cancel the transfer. Like I said, just one crazy night with a muscle man will make all those bad feelings go away. Okay, Sloot. Go crawl in a hole and die somewhere. I can't even joke at the very end of everything. You're not going to treat your co-workers at your new division this way, are you? What if I do? You said you liked how honest I was, didn't you? I mean, that's because we're in a department full of macho men. But think of the wimps over in investigations. I bet they caught a tiny whiff of gunpowder. If they caught a tiny whiff of gunpowder, they'll think a gas leak and flip their lids. Fryer's actually got a point for once. Their job is different from ours, so I guess I'd follow that sentiments. It'd follow that sentiments differ as well. Regardless, it's gonna be hard to change my tune now. I can just act like I'm her. Come to think of it, the bloke works out in that division, doesn't he? That bloke? Caucasus Brian. Hey, I appreciate the translation that is Aitsu was translated bloke because it's very British. Actually, you two went to the training facility the same year. We did? You did. He's a nice guy. Now that I'm about to go in there, I'm feeling quite nervous. How do cheery people normally introduce themselves? I could say it, but I would be banned from all streaming platforms. Hi, hello everyone. Starting today, I'll be counting on a lot of you. Okay, let's go with that. Hello everyone, I'm Thena Hervanus. You can call me Thena. Starting to know I'll be counting on the lot of you. Woohoo! I'm sure excited to get started. Great, now I want to crawl in a hole and die. Who's this exactly? New transfer. She came from probations. What? You're telling me about this now? Sharing information is what being a detective is all about, isn't it? No use making a big thing out of it. I myself just heard about it 20 minutes ago, from the chief nonetheless. Oh, that makes more sense. I think I made a mistake in coming here. Is it too late to head back? I couldn't believe when I heard the name. It's been a while, Thena. Oh, right, a nice guy, now I remember. Yeah, it's been a while. Koki. You know this girl? We went in the same year, you know, back at the training center. Oh, then you must be close. It's not like that. Huh? I mean, we are super close. BFFs even. BBQs. Hervanus, you said you call you Thena, right? My apologies, you caught us at a busy moment. If you got any questions, keep them brief. Alright, of course. Are we actually gonna get to do a case? Hear from John? What? John Medan, looking forward to working with you, Thena. John Medan, that make him Johnny. Then you're the brother of the chief of operations. Yeah, that's me. I heard you used to work in operations too. You were actually quite the name around our department. It certainly seems that way, though I'd rather not have to think about my time over there. I see, sorry. Is that perhaps what brought you here too, to forget about the things that happened over in operations? I'm not sure about that myself just yet. Could be. I had a feeling. Well, you won't regret transferring over here. The Mana Affairs division is a good place, though our chief can be a bit frustrating to deal with. Speaking of which, my old chief asked me to look after you. Haha, is that so? That's something he should be working on himself. Is that so? Okay, Red Fins. Excuse me, but I'm Pandoria Redfins. Pandoria, so Pandy for her. Just so you know, I'll be your new sergeant. So you're the sergeant, ma'am. What do you know about the Mana Affairs Division? Almost nothing, ma'am. Well, to put it simply, it's our job to solve the cases the police can't. If probations is made up of people in charge of catching staffers, you can think of us as the people who tell them which staffers to catch. I see, ma'am. Could we drop the ma'ams? I'm not a fan of any sort of formality that might slow down the reporting process. I see. Well then, I'm looking forward to working with you, Pandy. Great, I think it was a good shot at being friendly. If I'm remembering right, it was cocky, right? It was, and I'm remembering right, you had a habit of making pet names for everyone. And just because I'm bad at remembering names, it's better if I can bring them all to 2 syllables. Wasn't it you who made a pet name for your instructor, sending the class into an uproar? Yes, you're right. Right, and an instructor believed in collective responsibility, so he punished the whole class for that. She did. Sorry about that. So what's the nickname I want to hear? Like Cumbucket. No need for apologies. It's just a memory now. Saying it out loud actually makes me miss those times. Indeed, all that happened back then. This bloke's got a hell of a memory. I've never been one to try to recall my time back at the training center. After all, the horrible memories outnumber the good ones by a long shot. Mr. Caucasus Brian, I remember he was so obedient that he was the teacher's pet on a number of occasions. Also, his obedience bordered on submissive. Yes, we're gonna do a job. Seems that that's for our brief introductions. I'd appreciate if we could get a right to work. Right now, isn't there something you should do or tell me first? I'm not the best at sitting back and teaching, plus we haven't time for that. On top of that, traditional is the scene of the crime where the true investigator proves she's up to snuff. Is that so? Caucasus, for the case you're telling me about, how about we sub thinner in for me and you two go check it out? That could work. The cases assigned to me are certainly easier than those assigned to you and the Sarge. Then that settles it. From now on, you two are partners. Just like that? Just like that. Well then, let's see you straight off to the scene of the crime. Conversations here do play out quickly. Are these people always so swamped? Still, this is different from my time in probations. I feel a certain vitality in the air. Shall we head to the car? I'll fill you in on the details on the way. And Thena, may I have a word with you before you go? Why? I saw your bureau file. You'll be able to detect vibrations, yes? Yeah, and? I imagine you normally use your skill to hunt down targets. However, such methods won't be of much help in our division. So, what will your role be here? I'd like to give you some thought. Give that some thought. I hear you loud and clear, Pandy. Well, then we're off. Pandy, don't you have a job you should be doing? This is our crime scene. Why does it have to be here? Just reminds me of that time before. What are you shutting down exactly? Can you make out anything from this far away? Of course I can make out everything. Have you forgotten my skill? Sorry, but what was it again? Right, we were instructed to refrain from discussing our skills in the training center, so it's natural for you not to know. To put it simply, my skills allows me to spot trace evidence more easily. I can make out what time said trace evidence was left. Oh, so you can see footprints and the like? Sounds useful to me. It seems like we'll be able to track our fleeing fugitive in no time. I hardly use my skill in such ways, but it seems you've got the gist of it. Right here I see fingerprints, but the object they're being left is transparent. Maybe ice or some weapon made of ice? No, it's not cold enough. Huh? Is there something there? I don't see a thing. A skill that allows someone to make objects transparent. From the size of the object, it looks to me like a kitchen knife. There are prints all over it. On top of at the time the wound has inflicted on the victim and the time the prints were left are identical. The culprit must have misplaced a transparent object, leaving it at the crime scene. Then we just need to find a person with the skill to make objects transparent. Sounds easy enough to wrap up. Let's just ask the chief of investigations to pull some bureau files. Well then, I'll leave that to you. In the meantime, I'll check out the area around the victim a bit more thoroughly. Alright. Why though? I should be done in about an hour. Who would have known it'd take 4 hours to read through a single bureau file? Is it because investigations is such a small department? No, it's probably just that our chief is as lazy as they come. I never thought I'd miss the bluntness of the chief of operations. The day after I transferred departments nonetheless. From what I've found out, the name of the bureau file belongs to a chef who worked at the same restaurant as our victim. According to the statements given by the co-workers, the two of them were quite at odds with one another. The chef there lives, it seems he lives right here. From the heartbeats I can detect, there's only one person inside. Alright, leave the rest to me. Pardon? Bang, bang. Hands up. If you move a muscle, I'll add one more hold to your head. Yeah. But then hold on a moment. So, I just couldn't stand it anymore. He was always looking down his nose at me, cursing at me. So that's why I just thought I'd scare him. Oh, so cliche. That's a pity, but in the end, the victim lost his life. It's you who must pay for that crime. May I ask one more last favor? Huh? The cactus in my room. It was my mother's. Would you water it every now and again so it doesn't die? It really wouldn't be all that often. Are you serious right now? You kill someone's precious little baby and then have the gall to turn around and talk about your precious family memories? The man you killed, he couldn't ask for one last favor. Alright, I'll take care of the cactus for you. Well, are you being serious right now? Thank you, I'm ever so grateful. Truly, truly. He's really crying over a cactus, this murderer. So we actually didn't get to solve any puzzles. It happens by itself, which is a bit lame. I remember now, for you it didn't matter who asked the favor, you always granted it, huh? All of our classmates call you the nice guy, but it was no compliment. Rubs you the wrong way, huh? Granting the last favor of a killer. Honestly, it does. Hearing a person like that thank me would make me feel so dirty. Indeed, that may be the natural response. Unfortunately, having someone, even someone like that, be grateful to me or need me, it makes me glad. Self-gratification, then. You really have figured it out. You have me figured out. You must have fallen and hit your head or something. Who cares if someone says thank you? Does that mean you're gonna help someone kill later too? Of course, who must play a factor. Of course, the who must play a factor. I'll have you know that I do detest those who would abuse my odd personality quirk or the evil people who cannot be forgiven. You are unforgiven too. Ah, then the murderers don't fall into the category of evil people who can't be forgiven. Quite the side effect of the job. When I conjecture about the motives the criminals have for committing their crimes, I unintentionally see them as people. The fact that said criminal committed said crime only speaks to one aspect of their personality. I'm not saying that their choices were morally right by any means, but I believe I exist so that they'll have at least a single person in this world who's on their side. After all, Thena, you've also committed murder. I've heard the rumors of the habits you were known to fall back on during your time in the operations. Don't you dare compare me to those criminals. Do you know how many of my fellow officers those miscreants slaughtered? My apologies. That was neither the time nor the place to bring up such things. And it's not like if she, kills a criminal who's, I don't know, fighting back, it's not necessarily a murder. Of course, I'm not saying it's the same thing, and I don't mean to point fingers. I believe that you did what you thought was right. I doubt many people would actually admit it, but there are many in this world who think like you do. You're right, I did exactly that. I don't know, though, now. I'm not sure if I ever really was ever in the right. There was a thief. It happened right there in this very street. So I guess it wasn't her partner who died, but this random thief. The thief crept into bank's vault, cleaned out the cash with none the wiser, and redistributed that money to those in need. Those in need mostly being the staffers forced out on the streets due to discrimination. Yeah, he's a real Robin Hood. Of course, the paper started calling the guy Robin Hood. For me, of course, he was nothing more than a common criminal. I mean, it's not like he made the world any better place, right? A few beggars got lucky, and if the bank were to go bust thanks to this, it would only cause more damage. Didn't he realize his deeds would further stain the image we staffers have? I figured he was simply putting on a show because he couldn't cope with the fact that he was a common criminal. And that maybe he was nothing more than a narcissistic psychopath. I couldn't stand the fact that he was trotting about, thinking himself a hero. But then he saved my life. He pushed me out of a crumbling building, dying in my stead. That day I was ready to put a bullet in him if need be. Actually, I had already fired a shot that day, but it missed its target due to me being unable to see from his skill. If my shot had found its home, I'd been crushed to death. Fortunate, really, right when I was about to gun down a kind criminal who would end up saving me, I missed. How is that even possible? I fired my weapon a number of times, but for what? That one shot. I mean, truly, I pulled that trigger so many times, and all without a moment's hesitation. In all actuality, was it just dumb luck? My gun? Was it supposed to miss its target just that one time? If the thief had survived, I still probably would have arrested him regardless. I'd like to have given him a passing thanks for saving me. Even now, I still wish I could say it. I began to have my suspicions. I knew I couldn't stay in probation, which is why I came to this division. Yet, I only ended up frightening myself even more. If I'd been wrong this whole time, then there's really no difference between me and the criminals I abhor. If I come to that realization right here and now, then you can use that as your chance to turn over a new leaf. Huh? On the other hand, if you do judge your actions up to this point as having been right, you can just go back to where you were. Are you even thinking before you speak? All of the criminals I've caught up to this point are paying for their sins. I've even killed a few of them. Yet I'm the only one free to start over without a care in the world. Indeed, if that's the truth, you must have the greatest luck in the world, huh? Cocky, seriously, your moral code has gone to the dogs. You think so? Lucky me, I've never thought of myself lucky a single time. Can I really change? Can I just accept that I have better luck than everyone else? How about the side effect you said before? How do you manage? How are you able to view these low-life criminals as people? How do I? In my case, I think it happens when I listen to the sides of the story. Listen to their stories, like through interrogations. Come to think of it, I always placed fists and guns before words. But how would I know if the stories I heard were true or not? I'm not really that intelligent. That's true. If someone were to decide they wanted to trick me, I'd fall victim to their deceit in a heartbeat. Is there nothing I can do? Well, we know. The Sarge mentioned your skill before, yes. Yes, I guess she did. She also said it would be of no use to us with the way I've been using it. If she really thought you'd be of no use to us, she would never have taken you on. She would have fired you and kicked you out of her office. Get out of here. She said what she did in regards to the way you've been using it. If you were to use your skill in some other way, don't you think you could help out with your investigation, with our investigations? Some other way. If I were to use my vibration detection for investigations. Did you come up with a good idea? I did, thanks Kogi. I feel like there's something I could do. No need to thank me, it's in my nature to help people like this. Alright. Of course, it's not just me. This guy is as kind as can be to everyone. He's just that kind of man. Sort of frustrating, really. Why is that? Do you know how helpful it would be to know there's always one person on your side? You accept every favor that's asked of you, right? Not any favor, but how would you like to be my boyfriend? Think you could accept that one? Sounds great. Just easy. It's like a meme, you know. Back in the 60s, that's how easy it was to find a GF. Well then, would you like to grab dinner after work? I know a place that cooks up some good Indian cuisine. Let's head that way. One year later. We're back. Woohoo, it's good to be back. Good job, you two. That's your third case solved today, yes? For some reason, we just got lucky today. After a tiny bit of questioning, he caved and confessed to everything. I mean, we had good luck, but we're still falling short on the bar you set, Andy, so it's nothing to boast about just yet. Come now, I was just lucky enough to be born with a skill that lends itself to investigations. On the other hand, you've had to develop the use of your skills through training. In my opinion, you've gained the right to brag. Hearing you say that, Pandy, just makes me feel self-conscious. The increase in the amount of criminals who merely give themselves up is all due to the work you've done on your skill. As things stand, I think you could carry out your work without me, don't you think? Do you really think so? Well, then I certainly learned how to apply her skill properly, but her logical deduction abilities are still lacking. Brianna has also been known to be unable to abandon one strict line of reasoning. It might be better for the two of you to stick together so you don't lock the wrong person up for a crime. Right, after all, I'm still lacking in a number of ways. That's nothing to get excited about. Thena, there's someone here to see you in the corridor. Thank you. Well, then I'll be right back. Okay, alright. Caucasus, I was listening to you from the outside. Why do you have to say all that? In front of Thena, nonetheless. That's not like you. It's not like we're up your eyeballs in work or anything. Did something happen between you and Thena? Indeed, I was getting a bit ahead of myself. These days I feel like Thena's been trying to put some space between us, though nothing of note has happened precisely. I imagine perhaps that she's grown tired of being stuck right at my side all the time. Seems as though the honeymoon phase is over. I hadn't imagined the day would come when the two of you for the two of you as well. It could be the other way around from what he's saying. Hey, it's been a while. Freya, how long has it been? Don't tell me, are you here because you missed me? And who are you exactly? Yeah, she lost her memory. Yeah, I think this was mentioned at some point. It's me, Thena, her Venice. What are you trying to pull? If you take 1 step closer, I'll shoot. No, I swear it's natural for someone's personality to change a bit after a whole year, no? No, this is too much for a single year. Honestly, you're scaring me. Are you sure a staffer with some sort of mind control skill didn't steal your body away? Or is she just joking? It's not like somebody say something wiping somebody's memory, or am I thinking of the wrong game or something? What's that supposed to mean? That has never and will never happen. You certainly look better than you did before you left us. Have you made all those bad feelings you had go away? Yes, I had time to write my thoughts since coming here, and now I think I'm more sure of what I'm supposed to be doing. Is that so? I envy you. But you didn't come all this way to tell me you envy me, right? What's going on? I just had something I wanted you to check out for a moment. Something to check? I mean, just come with me. I wish there was some actual gameplay in this section. Paris Leto, his shoemaker who sells shoes. Another weird name. It's like, okay, it's like Tom Paris of Paris. That's where people know the name Paris, and you know, Duke Leto, of course. He's a oops, accidentally. He's a shoemaker who sells shoes he makes in the streets. Single good reputation in his neighborhood. Distinguishing feature, he's missing his left arm. Also, it seems there are people who witnessed him using his skill. Did he get rid of his arm in order to teach his staffer identification bracelet? I've seen the type, though it's quite odd he'd go all the way up to the elbow. We thought the same and decided to investigate, but the problem lies in the skill he carries. The skill? What might that be? Ranged visual suspension. Visual suspension? By that you mean, thank you for your patronage. Please spread the word to those you meet. Haven't you ever thought this city odd? What do you think? That's the voice, right? The thief that supposedly died. It is right. Welcome. Women's shoes are on the right. How are you alive? Pardon me? You can't be. You were dead. The building was crumbling around us. You pushed me away. Because of that What? Was it all a pack of lies? Speak. It's the other way around. What? You couldn't see, so you couldn't know. The building housed staff. There was a piece of staff I used to move through walls when I pulled off my heist. Staff? I was about to use that to move through the floor and escape through the basement, but right then you appeared, waving your gun around. When the building started collapsing, all I could think was about getting away. That's why I pushed you and jumped through the floor. I had staff set up. Then I made my through the drain pipes and made my escape. But in my haste, I lost my arm. She didn't confirm that his body was actually there or anything. Like, surely the cops, like, yeah, it's not her duty probably to dig through the crime scene. But still. Was that really how it went? Because of this loser eye? That's when I heard you scream. I thought you died up there. I was just a common criminal. All I wanted to do is use my skill and the staff I happened upon to escape my life of poverty. It was never about some grand cause like giving away the money to the poor. All that, it was just to relieve some of the guilt. It wasn't until I thought my actions led to the death of someone that I realized that. I guess I sort of like this plot twist, but it still doesn't make sense that they wouldn't know that the guy didn't die there.
でも
But you're
あな
alive.
た
I'm
は
so
生きて
glad
いた
that's
ん
the
ですね
case.
信じてもらえない
You
でしょ
may
う
not
が
believe me, but I always
私はずっ
wanted to
と
tell you how sorry I was.
本当に反対だね。
It's really the other way around then. I always wanted to tell you how
私はいつも
thankful I was.
はい
What?
あの頃
I was just so angry back
私の
then with
中に
the
ある
way
の
I
は
was leaving and all
怒
the
りだけだ
colleagues
っ
who
た。
died along the way. I thought it
私は
was
こん
all
な人
caused
生を
by the
送ってい
criminals I
る
had
のも
faced down.
法が下す
I
処
thought
罰
the
は甘すぎ
punishment
る。
dished out about
私が世
dished
の
out
中を
was
良
too
くして
light,
や
so
るん
the
だって
trigger
上
felt
の
so
句で
heavy to squeeze in the name of
簡単
making
に
the
引
world
き
a
金
better
を引い
place to
ていた
live
の。
in.
犯罪者だから。
But you can't just lump everyone
みん
together.
なが
I
同じ
think
人
they're all
っ
the
てわけじゃない
same.
のにね。
You can't think
私はそれを
lump
知
them
ろうとも
together.
し
I
ない
think
で
they're all the same. Label them all
ひとまとめにして
criminals. Yet I never thought
殺さなきゃいけないと思っ
to
て
learn
た。
that fact. So I wanted to think just that and wipe them from this earth.
あんたも
Even you and
私も
I as people, the more actions we do
後ろめたい
that
こと
are
が
less
積み
than
重なってい
honorable,
く
the
ほ
more
ど
we deceive
自
ourselves
分
to
自身を偽
justify
っ
them.
私たちみたいな人は普通
People like us, we normally
何
don't
かを
realize
なく
what
すま
we've
で
done wrong until we
その
lose
町だ
something.
から
In that way, we're both so
私たち
lucky.
はラ
We
ッキー
both
だよ
came to the same realization. Neither of
二
us
人とも気づけ
actually
て
lost anyone.
今ならわか
I
る
know now you may be a criminal, but you're also
あんたは犯罪者だけど。
courageous little.
私の予想と
You're
は違
certainly
う
not
人
the
だった
person I
けど
expected you to be, but you are the person who
私が
gave
変
me
わ
my
る機会を
opportunity
作
to
っ
make a
てくれた
change.
だから
So thank you.
あ
Uh,
の
does that
で
mean
も
still?
本当に自
If
分
you
の間違い
really
に
figured
気
out
づい
what
た
you
んな
did
ら
was wrong, you
こん
shouldn't
な
be
ところに
hiding
隠
out
れて
here.
暮ら
You
して
should
な
have
いで
turned yourself
あん
in.
たは殺すほど悪いやつ
You're
じゃ
not a
なかっ
bad
たけ
enough
ど
person to kill, but you're still
そ
a
れで
criminal.
これは
Is this what you call
成長
personal
したって
growth?
あいつが言ったこと本当
Is
か
what he said
な
all true? There are
ああや
sorts
っ
of
てお
guys who
涙
can
頂戴
still
するやつっ
spin an
て
emotional
よくいる
tale.
本当だよ
He's for real.
この
Even
葉
though
み
he
た
was
いに
shaking
震え
like a
ながら
leaf, I
話して
couldn't
いても
detect any abnormal
異常心
heartbeats.
拍異常心拍
Abnormal heartbeats?
新しく身に
It's
つ
a
け
new
た技
ability
術
I
だよ
mastered. I can tell lies
異
from
常
the
心
truth
拍
by
を読み取
finding
って
abnormal
嘘を判
rhythms
別
in a
するの
person's pulse.
半人前とはいえ私
I
も
still
捜
got
査
a
官
lot
だ
of
っ
work
て
to
こ
do,
と
but I'm an investigator now.
そう
Is that
そ
so?
の
Well,
言葉を
that
聞いて
tells
はっき
me
りわ
one
かっ
thing
た
for
よ
certain. You're not coming
も
back.
う、うん
You're right, sorry.
悪いとは思っ
You
てる
should
わね
be.
こうやって終われて
Glad to
よ
see
か
it
ったよ
all end like
未
this.
だに世の中の
If
た
you
めとか
said
なんだ
something
と
about
か
blaming the world and the like,
心
I
にも
still
ない
might
こ
have
と
shot
お
you.
やすみ
Sleep well, Perislito. At the very least, the
こ
stuff
れ
of
で少な
nightmares
く
is
と目
gone.
を開けたら
When you
その
open
時
your
からがまた
eyes
始まる
next,
よ
it'll be time for a new
そ
beginning.
れから
And as for me, I
私
shouldn't
も
drag this out any longer.
ああフリア
Hey Freya, actually there's this
実は
guy I
私
like. Oh,
今日
that's
一
the
番び
biggest
っくりし
surprise
たん
of
だけど
today. Our little
ケ
Thenna's
ナ
all
も
grown up.
ちゃんと
Are you sure
自
he's the
分
sort
だ
of
けを
guy
見て
you
ほ
want
しいって
focusing on
思
you
え
or
る
not?
だか
Wait,
ら
no.
今からそいつと
Focusing only on you.
別れよう
I
かと
am,
思
which
っ
is
て
why I'm gonna break up with him. Okay. So, oh no, we're still not done with the side quest or whatever this is.
うん戻ってきたのか
You're back?
うん
Yes, I
ただいま
am.
結構かかったな
That sure did
ちょう
take a
どお茶を入
while.
れる
I
ところ
was
だっ
just
たんだ
putting up the
一緒に飲むか
putting the kettle
君
on.
の好きな
Would you like a
ビスケット
cup
も
of
あってる
tea? I got some of the biscuits you like so much too.
ううん
I'll have some later.
そうかわかった
Alright
仕事
then.
を放
I
り出し
just
て
tossed
出て
out
行
the
った
case I
の
was working on, but
何
he
も聞い
doesn't
てこ
even
ない
mention it. And I turned down
何事も
one
なか
of
ったか
my
ら
favorite snacks he's prepared. He doesn't show the slightest hint of
私
annoyance.
だから
That's why this has to happen, even though I know how good of a man you are, and despite all the feelings I have for you, the more I fall for you, the more I suspect you.
私
Do
に
we
向ける
really have
感
to
情
like
が本
see
当な
this?
の
We already know what happens. Like, do we
それ
have
と
to
も
see the details of their
た
breakup
だ
and
私
stuff?
が望むから
Are the
大切に
feelings
接してくれ
you
る
so
の
openly show for me genuine, or are you just treating me like someone precious to you because you know what, that's what I want? Ow. I ran over my toe with my chair wheel. But yeah, I was just thinking the guy is like Data from Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm sorry, I just can't take it anymore. Hey, Cocky, how long are you gonna keep that
そ
up?
んなことって
Keep what up?
誰かに頼まれたら
Helping people without
なりふり
question
構
whenever
わ
they
ず
ask
手
for
伝う
it.
こと
There must be some goal you're trying to achieve with
そうする
everything,
こと
no?
できるだけ永遠に
I intend to keep it going as close to forever as I can, but it may turn out to be difficult after I turn 80. Are you serious? Yes, and there's a goal, as you say, but this isn't something I'm forcing myself to do. I'd probably be doing exactly the same thing if I wasn't born a staffer. I mean, sure, probably. If you're worried about me being used by someone, you really needn't be concerned. I have certain boundaries set as a minimum. I mean, that was on my mind, but truly, as the woman you're currently in a relationship with, I can't help but be jealous. I wished you'd direct all the commitment my way alone. Like, yeah, this same scene was already in the one of the main stories. Yeah, I guess it's case number 3 because there's spoilers to that. If you're telling me to stop, I may be able to, but no, I'm not saying that. I don't want to force you to stop. Honestly, it was a rather dumb thought. I know how much this all means to you. After all, I've got aspects of my own personality that no one can come to terms with. I'm sure you hate them but choose to hold your tongue. I wouldn't say hate. I see how you tremble every time I resort to violence. I see everything. Sorry about that. No, from society's standpoint, I believe that's something I should be apologizing for. But of course, this is the only way. I just can't anymore. Koki, just do me one favor. Of course, anytime. From now on, don't do me any more favors. I apologize, but what is that supposed to mean? Exactly what it sounds like. From now on, if you do me one single favor, I expect a bullet as payment. From you, that doesn't sound like much of a joke. It wasn't one. If there's a single person who's willing to help every other person in this world, wouldn't it be good for there to be at least one person he should be allowed to refuse? I'll be that person for you. Deda, do you know what you're saying? If you're being serious right now, then everything between us... Right. It would be hard to keep a relationship going. Still, in this way, I'll be the special someone for you in some regard. What do you think? Good, huh? It's a bit unfair. Then I need you to swear to me that you won't hurt anyone in front of me from this point on. Then I can be a special someone for you in a different regard. In that way, it becomes fair. What are you implying? I knew it. You do hate that part of me. You're right, I do hate it. I hate it every time you resort to that. Good, I'm actually glad to hear that. Well then, thanks for everything. And I'll be counting on you. Well, Brian. Back then I was half joking when I asked you to be my boyfriend, and you only accepted because I asked. We started off on the wrong foot from the beginning. So I want to start over. Even if things turn bad between the two of us, if you ever need me, at that time I may be once more. Caucasus, about that case you saw earlier today. Is something the matter? No, it's just the end. That reminds me of the time I first met Thena. The end? Right. I was wondering if he was alive. 1 year ago, the CSI division of the investigations department was in charge of combing through that collapsed building. Why'd they file a false report? Okay, now it explains why they didn't find the body. You said Paris leader used staff to make his escape, right? That's right, he used the wrapping cloth with the skill. Oh yeah, it's the wrapping cloth. I was thinking it might be that. With the skill of allowing him to move through the walls to get away. So this is an important plot point to explain how did the other chief get the cloth into his room. Like, it has to be explained, otherwise we cannot accept it to be there. A piece of staff that lets a person move through walls. With something like that, you could bypass any security system with ease. That would carry a threat level of at least SDN. So they filed a false report just to get their hands on it. Was it really just because of that? I mean, I can't think of any other reason. After all, the money Leto stole found its way back to its owners. This is just a rumor, but I've heard that the current chief of investigations makes it a hobby of his to collect unauthorized staff. STN ranked staff is hard to come by. Wouldn't it be smart to inform the big leagues of that? It would be of no use. The CSI unit was disbanded long ago. The chief of investigations could sweep all that under the rug with ease. Besides, if that blew up, it could see the Manor Affairs division disbanded as well, which would make things difficult for us. That would only interfere with the project. Indeed. Why'd you send Senna over to that division anyways? There were no ulterior motives hiding behind that decision. I simply thought Senna was more cut out for that work. I mean, you've only just begun your work on the project, so it's probably hard on you to take me at my word. Don't worry though, I won't ask you to believe me. Speaking of Senna, is she doing well over there? Yes, it looks like she's flourishing and it seems like she enjoys the work she's doing too. Though she has no idea what said work actually entails. No need to worry about that. After all, there's no way Senna will ever find out about that. That is, if no one opens their mouth and tells her. I have no reason to tell her. Lesai. Hey, don't you look uncharacteristically glum today? When it rains, it pours. It's getting to me. And look at you, you are cheery for someone who just went through a breakup. Indeed, it feels rather refreshing. After all, it's good luck to be able to get a fresh start before you lose something. I see you've learned some deep words of wisdom. Is that what happens to everyone when they join that division? But one part does come as a surprise. Caucasus Brian, huh? Since the two of you have broken up, you think I can have my shot with him? You scared me. You know I was just joking, right? No, that's not it. What if another woman does propose the idea? He's sure to accept. What on earth is that supposed to mean? Talking about Brian, whenever somebody asks him to do something, he usually does it. No way, I'm sure he's just being kind. No, it's almost a 100% chance he'll accept. He did the same with me. You didn't know, Brian was quite popular with the ladies back at the training center. However, he didn't form a single relationship until after he graduated. Huh? With his height, his face, and that personality of his, do you think girls wouldn't fall all over him? No matter the level of seduction the girls threw his way, he cut them down like a knife through butter. There were even rumors he preferred men. And what about me? Well, you must have little interest in people's lives not to know about all that. Though that does have its charms. Thena? Hiccup? For the first few days at the training center, I just squatted in a corner and did nothing during free time, even when the kids around me were playing their games. It was out of regret. I was doubting whether going there of my own accord was the right call. Even with all the regrets, I probably should have waited for my parents to approve. Come on. Are we gonna go back in time for the birth or something? At that time there was this blonde girl wearing a hat of course she was wearing a hat already back then. She was born with a hat. Was wearing a hat who struck up a conversation with me. No, to be more precise, she kept me before she started talking to me. Hey you. This is the image of the start of the case. Hey you, how long are you gonna stay like that? It's weird and sort of bothering me, you know? None of the kids here are because they did anything wrong, but there's no going back to life before, so they're just trying to get used to this. Think of this as a new start and adapt. If you try and still don't like it, You can go back to squatting. You think you're the only one whose parents threw them out. Don't pretend you're the only unhappy one here.
テナはその時から
So Tena already had
す
her
ごく気
sharp
が
temp
強かっ
back
た
then,
ん
huh?
だ
Yeah, that was when I
僕は
lost my
なんだ
cool
か
too and
頭に
piped
きて
up.
僕
I came here by
自分
choice.
の意志でここ
は
What?
頭を一発殴ら
She
れて
gave me a good whack to the head.
それじゃ
And you weren't
捨てら
thrown
れ
out
た
at
んじゃ
all.
ここで一
You're,
番ラッキーな
you're
子
the
じゃ
luckiest kid
ラ
here.
ッキーか
Lucky is such a simple idea that
幼
it
い
could
子
only
特
be
有の
thought
単
up by a
純な発
child's
想だ
mind.
そう思ったことなんて
I never
一度
thought
もな
about
かっ
it
たか
that
ら
way. I was lucky.
恥ずかしいことだけど
It's rather
もっ
embarrassing,
と
but the
不幸な
fact that
人が
others
い
are
るという
suffering
事
more
実が
than me gave me
僕
the
に生
strength
きて
to
いく
keep
うち
living.
僕を羨ましい
The
と
fact
思
that
う人が
someone
いる
envied
その
me.
子が
That kid, she
そうだ
saved me. Indeed, from that day
そ
on.
の日から僕は
Yeah. Are you alright? Kaka.
いや
Freya, I am so dumb.
あんた以外みんな知ってる
Everyone knows
こと
that
よ
but you. Side, new beginnings. And okay, finally. It's sort of interesting, but I really wish there was some gameplay as well. Like the whole stream, I don't think we've made a single decision. The only decision we was like choose whether to take Pandy's hand, and that wasn't really a decision either. That's a bit disappointing. But I won't do the last case right now. I'll do that next time. Preparations. It doesn't sound that exciting, but no, wait, this looks like the music box, so maybe this is actually after. Because I thought preparations means that's Notrick before he arrives at the division, and I really don't want to see any more flashbacks or anything. But like, if this is what he does, I don't know. He's preparing to try to find his sergeant again. Then that's more exciting. But well, I have to be a judge of that the next time. I'm Adventure Argonaut. I thank you for watching, and keep using your staff skills to create problems in the world. Bye bye.